Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Pocket Dragon Pub. My name is Tadhana Joy, and I will be your facilitator. Tonight, we are playing Good Society and telling the story of the secret ways of love and magic. I'm excited to tell a fantastic story with this incredible table. Let's find out more about our storytellers. Blackwell.
Hey, everyone. How y'all doing? My name is Blackwell, your everyman in the TTRPG / D&D verse here on the interwebs, and I will be playing Duke Galileo Moonwillow Kywin, your used to be crown prince, but now just a duke who's living his best life. Let's take it to DJ.
Hello, I'm DJ. I use any pronouns, and I will be playing Viscountess Reyna Lourdes, who uses she, her pronouns. Very quick-witted, very painfully rich woman, just trying to find love. And I will popcorn it over to Ronan.
Oh, hello, I am Graphical Ronan. Tonight and for the foreseeable future, I'll be playing Cade Nomanson. He is essentially a businessman who's pulled himself up from nothing to become quite wealthy, and he's trying to, I guess, make a house for himself. Vixie, take it away.
Hey, everybody. My name is Vixie Bell, and I'm your friendly neighborhood player at this table tonight. Thank you so much for having me. So excited to be here. And I will be playing Emmeline de Quiroga, a modiste who is determined to live her life by herself and independently. That's redundant. By herself with her cat, Mr. Kensington.
A beautiful desire. Thank you all for joining me at the table. Are you guys ready to play a game?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
A long, long time ago, comets fell from the sky like raindrops. All over the world, these falling stars left their mark on the land. Eventually, when everything lulled and the chaos of the great shower gave way to organic life, the plants, animals, and later people took a fraction of that magic into their beings. In one of the craters formed during the great shower, a millennia upon millennia later, the kingdom of Cardinal sprouted within it. The Kingdom of Cardinal is a sprawling country now, primarily located in the largest crater in the world. It's comprised of 5 major regions and 5 minor outlying islands. As the biggest region in Cardinal, Notos, the northern region, holds the greatest range of mountains and forests in the country. A vast system of peaks covered in evergreen trees as far as the eye can see. Many humble settlements are nestled in valleys or built against the mountainsides. Solanas, the southern duchy, is the agricultural heart of Cardinal. Green, green, green meets you wherever you turn. From grape vineyards to wheat fields, from orange groves to apple orchards, just about every kind of crop is grown on Solanas soil. Urias, the eastern duchy, is the foremost region for trade, the only duchy that has access to the nameless sea. Their towns and cities are clustered with people from all parts of the country and beyond. Their markets are full of treasures and exotic goods, and you never quite know what you might find in those stalls. As the farthest flung region and the tail end of a desert that expands far beyond Cardinal, Zephyrus, the western duchy, is naturally not connected to any of the major river systems. Instead, the people of the Western Duchy rely on oases for their survival. Traders travel between each one using goat-like animals to cross the rocky and otherwise unnavigable desert. There are a number of oases that dot the sands. Unlike the 4 other duchies, Circino, the central region has a mostly unremarkable landscape. It is largely a vast expanse of gently sloping grasslands, perfect for cattle and animals that produce wool. Due to its flatness, the biggest thing in the Circino horizon is the plateau that the royal city sits upon. At night, the lights from the royal city can be seen from 100 miles away. Welcome, starlings. Let me be the first to welcome you to a world previously unknown, the Kingdom of Cardinal, a place where magic, status, scandal, and that pesky thing called love all converge upon those in high society. This is a world where every dance matters, every glance is noticed, and marriage can have far more than money attached to it. In this world of fashionable elite, inner desires can clash against larger goals, duty can become at odds with passion, and unchecked rumors have the power to make or break reputations. It's quite a place to try and find a true partnership. We start our story a week or two before the start of the social season, towards the tail end of winter. And however that winter looks is dependent on which part of the country you're in. Either way, all of your characters are at your respective homes, none of which are in the royal city, where the social season takes place. So I have to ask all of you guys. We're going to start one by one, but where do you live? What does it look like? And you can just tell me the room. And how are you getting ready? What are you preparing? What are you bringing with you from home to take to the royal city where you will be residing for months?
I think that Emma is quickly going through a checklist with her apprentice / shopkeeper, just making sure that what they need has been packed. And she has various types of fabrics, bolts of fabric that have been packed into trunks. This is very much a shopkeeper who is physically moving her shop to the royal city for the next few months. And she has also got smaller boxes that are filled with jewelry from a local vendor that she partners with, because she is from Urias, the city in the east. And one of the things that Urias is known for is their unique jewelry that is made from a very particular type of, I believe it's a shell or a fish scale that washes up from the beach, if I recall correctly.
You're not that far off. It's basically a seashell that has this kind of like iridescent, almost like mirror-like finish.
Mhm.
And it dissolves. You have to harvest it really quickly or it dissolves into sea foam. So the person that you partner with is on their thing. They
Yes.
get those immediately.
And I think at this point she herself is getting ready to finish the last of the shopping, and she is actually sporting a pair of earrings that have that seashell jewelry on them, just to showcase it in case anyone wants to know where it comes from. And I think she's going to put her hands on it, hat on, and say, "All right then, we'll be off in a few weeks' time, and I think we have everything."
I think your apprentice / shop manager. Are they with you right now?
Yes,
Okay.
they're with her right now.
I think Mariana is going to Mariana, who is this kind of like, how young are they, would you say?
I would say that they're in their early 20s.
Okay.
Not
Early
super young, but old, like definitely younger than her.
Okay, perfect. So early 20s, young and bright-eyed, basically someone who just wants to be you. You see Mari kind of come up to you with like very I think she's like just like somebody had knocked on the door earlier and she's just now closing the door. But she has like 2 little boxes left like in her hand, which you know are from like your supplier of this kind of those like mirror-like scales. She said, "Oh, yes, we're almost ready. I just need to pack these. Is there any that you wanted to hold on to just to make sure that you have a pair, or can I just pack all of them together?"
No, pack pack all of them together. We will need those to go with some of the dresses that we're building, just in case. We have to earn as much as we can this year.
Right, of course. We will get that. Are all your personal things already taken care of, or do you need help?
Oh, mostly. It's just Mr. Kensington's items now. You know how fussy he can be. He has to have everything packed just so.
Right. I'll try to bribe him.
Do get the catnip. That he loves that.
Right. No problem. Okay. I'll get going.
Of course.
She kind of like runs off.
I actually also would love to describe Emma. I realized I forgot to describe her earlier. Emma is wearing a lavender shawl and a dress that is made for going out. She makes her own dresses. She is a modiste, which is her profession. And this dress is no less tailored than anything else she would make. It's tailored to her. She is wearing a lovely hat over her deep brown hair. She also has very keen gray eyes. They're not quite piercing, but there is intelligence behind them. This is a woman who carries herself with dignity, although she is not a noble. She does hold herself. She has a lot of self-respect, and she holds herself in high regard.
I think as she's getting Mr. Kensington prepared, all his stuff, and as she like brings the final kind of like little bag of things for him specifically, I think there's like toys in it, but also like treats. She goes in like very shy, in a way that's definitely not trying to offend you, but I think your shopkeep is a little bit of like, not a gossip, but a little bit like, she says, are you planning on attending any balls, or?
She laughs a little bit. She's like, me? An old maid like me? Absolutely not. I'm much better off being the fairy godmother to the young ladies of the town like you, my dear. My purpose is to dress you and ensure that all the dress ladies like you, and ensure that all the suitors' eyes are on them. I'm far too old for nonsense of that nature. Unless you require a chaperone, I'm happy to help with that.
Oh no, I am far more content being at the store.
Well, you're still quite young. You might do well on the marriage mart. You might do well to look about for a match within the marriage mart still.
May I be honest? They're terrifying. I could never do it alone.
Well, that's why you bring a chaperone, my dear. Someone to introduce you to the young gentleman of the town. Or gentlewoman. Far be it from me to determine your preference prematurely.
Perhaps if you're by my side, I would not be so afraid of the Ton and all their machinations.
They're hardly scary. They're just a bunch of rich people whose money we love to take. That's all.
And I think with that, she goes, she's like, you're right. And she just like prances away, and Mr. Kensington, I think, doesn't follow, but like wanders that way as well.
I'm just imagining the cat like mimicking the walk.
She has made bonds with this cat, for sure.
Like, this is a Ghibli film. The cat has attitude. So
yeah, exactly. As you guys kind of continue making final checklists and all of that, I'm going to bounce it off to our Duke Leo. What is, your home look, or like your room, or like the place that you are, boarding in? What does that look like, and how are you getting prepared to go to the royal city?
The Duke is already awake. The Duke has been awake for for an hour, I would say. He's an early riser. Because he's a very excitable person. What you see is someone in this like dashing doublet, these pants that are made for like roughing it outside, going on these adventures, and same with his boots. They're nicely made, nice leather boots. But if you saw the boots from last year, you would think, what were you doing? Where have you gone? What has happened to you? He has these gloves on that look like they're meant for like dueling or mountain climbing. and he has a circlet that goes over his head that has 3 gems in the center of it. The colors that he sports are red, gold, and black. And he has this outer skirt that goes around his waist that kind of billows behind him as he walks, as he comes up to his younger brother's door and just starts pounding on it. Perseus! Perseus! Come on, son. Son? Jeez, I'm sounding like father now. Now you got me talking like father and you're not awake? Perseus!
Brother, I'm perfectly awake. I've been awake for hours. You're
Did you
disrupting
stay
my
up?
book.
And he just barges right in.
Must you enter with like that? My door was
Until-
closed for privacy.
Well, until you are king of our home, your room is my room. How you
Well,
doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. And I think Perseus looks very much like you. You can see the familial resemblance. He's also wearing red and black and has closed his book in frustration at your entrance. I think that you guys are about the same height. Maybe you're a little taller, but he tends to slouch a little bit. And maybe he's got a couple of bifocals just perched on his nose from how much reading he does.
Mm-hmm.
But he's built like a strong young man. He's clearly done some kind of athletics is required in the royal family. So he obviously does some kind of riding or hunting, so that he's in decent shape. Maybe not like he's not an Adonis, but he clearly like goes to the gym every now and then. So he looks at you and says, "And to what do I owe the pleasure of your visit this morning?"
Ah, yes. It is time, little brother. It is time for us to find you a suitable partner.
Looks horrified.
And it's funny because at this moment, as you said, he slouches. All intents and purposes, Perseus is taller than the Duke. Like, Duke Leo's 5'10". The boots just give him an extra 2-3 inches to make him 6 feet.
Yeah.
Like, there is that wedge to make him seem taller.
Yeah.
And so, but he stands upright. He stands tall as he says this, hands on his hips, just like, we are going to find you a suitable partner. It is time, little brother.
Ooh, brother, did you drink? Are you having a midlife crisis? Do you smell burnt toast?
And he just kind of cocks his head and says, I was born before you. We're both 28.
I just wanted to double check because I don't understand the sudden push. We're the
Well,
same
remember,
age.
it's not me pushing you to do this. If anything, I don't. You know my views on this. However, you know your role. Well, should
You mean the role that you so kindly gave me? That role?
And aren't you a lucky fellow? And he puts his hands on his shoulder, like just one hand on his shoulder, like patting it.
There's the little brother glare is the only way I could think to describe it. Like the I really want to punch you, but we're related glare. Is what happens here.
And it's funny because, again, still taller than him. So he has to reach up and be like, pat, pat.
Yeah.
And such an honor for you to be the crown prince. And yet, maidenless. All the lessons I've given you.
Says the pot to the kettle. Indignantly, brother.
I am never cold, though, am I?
Hardly, but a duke should also not be without a duchess. Don't you think?
It looks worse with a crown prince without a princess.
Well, it's up to the elder brother to set the example, isn't it? Are you setting a bad example for me, brother?
And I've always told you, don't ever follow me. What I do, God's above. The things I do are beneath you. Remember, you are the better one out of us both.
So you would have me believe, brother.
Do you not believe in yourself?
Well, I'm not sure I can do this, brother.
And why is that?
He looks at you for a long time and says, I was supposed to be the spare, you know. And now I'm suddenly the crown prince.
Spare to whom? There are
The
12 of us
crown.
in total.
The crown, brother. You were supposed to be the crown prince.
And I don't want it. Now it's yours. You are not a spare. Sure, I was born first, but a better choice was made. I could never do the things that you do. I could never know the things that you know. I'm a rapscallion to most. And then there's you. Look at you. And he will drag him towards a mirror. He's very handsy.
Yeah, he's forcibly like he's a little brother. He's used to being shoved around, so it's like he goes with it easily. It's not like he tries to fight it or anything, but he does kind of like furrow his brow as you guys look in the mirror together, and he gets an idea, and he says, "Well, brother, if you're so determined that I make a match this season, shall we make a wager about it?"
Ooh. You're learning. A gambling man now. How unbecoming of a prince. But do tell.
I think that I should like to marry someone of my own choosing.
Your own choosing.
And my wager to you is as follows. Come with me to the royal city for the season. And choose yourself a duchess. Or
Choose.
a duke. A fellow duke, I suppose. Something in between.
You
could make a
choose
title
the
for that.
person that you want, which then I would have to go back on my promise with mom and dad, the king and queen.
I shall only marry if you do, brother. But to sweeten the pot, if you find someone before I do, I shall give you a part of the kingdom for your duchy.
Kind of looks at them. You mean to tell me that you would kick me out of my own home to find a new home unless I marry?
I didn't say that. We never discussed what happens if you lose the wager.
Then let's sweeten the deal. If you find someone first, which I'm sure you will, I go about my merry way. I continue doing the things that I've been good at. Forging alliances, forging treaties with other countries, seeing the new sights and sounds, and I come back and tell you the stories, like I did when we were younger. Maybe one day you'll see them with that lucky person that you will find.
Perhaps, brother, you need someone to watch your duchy for you.
Oh, I have Jonathan
Well,
for that.
More than that, brother. But, very well, if these are the terms of your wager, we have an accord. That is fine.
You find someone, then I'm free to adventure as I please. If I find someone, you have to find someone.
Well, if, I would give you a sizable chunk of land. So,
Little brother, Perseus. If there's one thing I wish I could give you, it's the sight that I have. For all the land that I travel across, it's the land that I call home. I will find a home one way or another. I will find a bedside next to someone one way or another. But again, these are things that I do not wish to instill into you. Be better than me. For both of our sakes, for our kingdom's sakes. Be better. Now then, we have a place to go to.
indeed,
What is it that you called it?
royal city?
A royal city?
Yes.
It's been some time since I've been there.
Well, it's nearly time for the season. If we're going to find a match, that would be the place to go.
Ah, yes. Are you going to be okay with all that socializing?
No, brother. But I will win the wager. That's for sure.
And I
Then
think
with the best man find their match, and he extends his hand.
Shake. Yes, both of us shake on it. 10-10.
I think
But
that's
there's also that moment where he puts his hand, like another hand behind his back, and he crosses his fingers because he's just like and he has done this before so many times. A wager, a promise with very gray details.
With a little wink.
You'll find a way.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I think I've seen the underlying structure of where our deal went bad.
For the people at home, just to clarify, Duke Leo and Prince Perseus are not a part of the royal family of Cardinal, but they are part of the Astrum Islands royalty. There's basically just a string of independent islands off the coast of Urias, further east than Cardinal. It is the last port of call before they head into the ocean open of the Nameless Sea. So they are essentially their own country. And I think as we leave the brothers on their deal, we're going to move to Reyna. Reyna, what are you doing to pack for your trip to the royal city? And what is your home? What are you wearing? Tell us all about it.
All the good stuff. So Reyna's not the one packing. Because no. Because why would she? She, I guess for description, Reyna is a brown woman in her like late 20s, early 30s, strawberry blondish, like closer to brown hair, and she's wearing very much like these orangey, like I guess like earthy tones, would be the best way to describe it. And she is having one of her maids help her just like accumulate all of these things. She's not necessarily looking at what's going in like the boxes. She just trusts that like everything that she needs will be in there. And in fact, she's actually going around trying to find her parents because she knows, she has an inkling before she's about to leave that they're going to be up to some shenanigans.
I think you find your parents essentially, I think so. You're at your Solanas home. You're at the southern part of the country. You're not in the royal city. So you are in this place that is, it's winter, so it's cooler. It's basically, it's definitely not cold at the very least. It's just cooler. The breeze is hitting you and it's very lovely. You smell like a little bit of jasmine on the air even. I think your parents are not, they're like on the side of the building itself, and they're like, you know what, it would be really cool here, darling, think about it, a ballroom, a part of this bed and breakfast. It would be lovely. You could eat a bacon and then have a little bit of wine, and then you could do a morning dance. Wouldn't that be beautiful, darling? And then your father's like, that would be beautiful, darling.
As Rita finds them, she kind of just sighs, collects herself before they approach their parents. Mama, Papa.
Rena, darling, oh my gosh, come here. You look beautiful. You look so ready for the darling, I'm just gonna, I think you're so beautiful.
No, Mama, you can't. You
look just like me.
Well, then you can't cry because then I'll ruin all of this. I would. Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
I should be set to head off soon. I know that you all are.
Yes, we'll be right after you.
All right.
We're just gonna try and like talk to contractors about this ballroom idea that I have.
Ballroom?
Yes. Oh, did I not tell you? I told your father. I told your father everything. I was telling your father that I am going to make a ballroom, and it's going to be beautiful and lovely, and it's going to be the breakfast ballroom. Breakfast only.
All right.
Would you love it?
No, it sounds great. And she's just like, her face is really betraying her here. She's like, this is great.
It looks like you have some trepidations, darling.
Quite a bit, actually. Are we? I know that. I will be gone for a while. I know that we have a lot to manage. I don't want to. I think we might be getting ahead of ourselves, trying to make additions. Again.
But that's how we make our money, darling. We stay ahead of the curve. We have to make the curve. Do you see it? Make the trends.
Mm-hmm.
And then as she like speaks, a little bird, like a little blue jay, just kind of like sits on her cheek. Not sits on her cheek, right here.
It's like
Just
on her-
plants itself sideways.
like-
Actually,
Sits on her shoulder, and your mother, just like you, has the ability to kind of communicate with animals because you have a connection to a cosmic heirloom, just like your mother. You're that little blue bird. To other people, it's like tweeting. Your father can't hear it. Just like tweeting noises, like little chirps. And your mother goes, "Oh, of course, I'm going to have a nest there for you when I build it. Of course. Are you kidding me? I would never forget about you." I can't believe you would even think about that. Raina, we have to get a nest for JJ.
Right. Well, we can definitely approach that in due time.
As like your mother is like accepting the fact that she's basically being told no and she hates that.
Trying to talk about the biggest hill. It's like,
Yeah,
God, no.
it's just, you must imagine Sisyphus happy. That's what's basically right now. I'm gonna use a resolve token.
Yes.
So I'm stepping out as a facilitator, and I am going to pull your cousin, Tabitha Lourdes,
Oh,
into
no.
the scene because the two of you are what? Carpooling. Yes,
Oh,
that's right.
no.
Carriage
pooling.
You are carriage pooling. Yes.
Because the other 12 carriages are full of your luggage.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
you must, actually.
Just rolls up. Get in, loser. We're going to Royal City.
So as your mother is processing, like being told no, speaking to JJ, speaking to her, we don't own JJ, speaking to JJ on her shoulder, Tabitha, you stroll up, you have found your cousin. You've been looking for your cousin for a little bit.
Oh gosh, Tabitha is very thin, very waif-like, and her very. I really wanted Cressida. I feel like the vision is Cressida Cowper's wardrobe. Very loud in her clothing choices, like bright colors. Very like everything about her is meant to draw attention to her. Like as. It makes me think of like the birds, like how they don like really, really bright plumage to attract mates. That's Tabitha. Tabitha also has sort of auburn hair, like you, like the family. That's one of the family things. Like you get the auburn hair with like hazel eyes. And she looks around with her nose slightly in the air. She's got a little bit of a sharp nose and very kind of angular features. They're feminine, but they're a little bit more angular. Cousin, I was wondering where you were.
Raina like spins on her heel to face her cousin. Tabitha. I was just talking with Mother.
Oh, lovely. I suppose you aren't talking to your animal friends, are you?
No,
No.
not at all.
You know what that looks like to the Ton, after all, at least those of us who aren't as gifted as the rest of the family.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't quite know what that's like.
Sorry.
They hate each other.
I'm locking back
Ooh,
in.
you can feel the tension. I love it. I'm here for
I love it. I mean, seeing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna lock back in.
Some people are gifted with the abilities of the cosmic heirlooms. Other people are gifted with a sense of fashion. You unfortunately only got one, and it wasn't for the fashion.
Oh, and you acquired the fashion?
Absolutely.
Well, I'm sure the people at the Ton will love you. Speaking of the Ton,
I plan on finding a very wealthy match. I hear that dukes and princes and other high-ranking members of the town will be going this year.
I believe they do that every year, Tabitha.
They're going to do it again this year, and I'll finally get one for myself.
Right.
Perhaps you'll find someone, cousin. After all, I'd hate to become an old spinster just talking to animals all alone in this, whatever this is.
You mean our bed and breakfast? Our home?
Yes, of course. The place in which you service others. As opposed to having a manse with servants and a butler and things of that nature.
I suppose it wouldn't be a bad life to live.
Do you really enjoy pretending that you're working class?
On some days, yes. More preferably when you're not around. But
I love that, like, the tail reactions when these zingers are happening. It's just great.
Rapid fire.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I'm really channeling my arguments I have with my brother. It's
Okay,
very
yes.
quick bickering.
Yes, I hear you. I'm here. I'm here for
I'm
it.
locked in. Well, speaking of the town, we should get to move on.
Oh, delightful. Yes, that's right. We're going to be in a carriage together for the next few hours.
What great joy.
Well, just so you know, I have compiled a list of all of the eligible bachelors and bachelorettes and whatever is in between right here. And she pulls out a thick scroll. Like, this thing is going to cover the carriage. Don't worry, I'm keeping all the good ones for myself, but you can have the rest.
That sounds delightful, Tabitha. I'm sure you can talk to me for hours on end as we make our journey.
Oh, yes.
I will not be listening.
What?
I will not. Oh, no, nothing. Actually, nothing. Should we get going?
Of course. We don't want to keep our suitors waiting. And she waves this paper around.
I just imagine her running down the hall, just
Somewhere-
skipping and
Somewhere Galileo and Perseus just shudder, like, ugh.
Oh, absolutely. There's that shared look of doom is approaching us.
Something just happened.
No.
You're gonna have to jump on that grenade for me, brother.
Neither one of them.
man.
Lilo's gonna pull him away, be like, of all people,
Don't.
no. Just
Absolutely
no.
not.
And Tabitha finds anyone that she isn't related to.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, she's there.
She's there.
Did you see the scroll in her hand?
He knows you. She knows you, and that's scary.
Run!
I think as you guys, Tabitha turns around, kind of skips towards the carriages that have been lining up to take your things and also you. Raina, just before you go, you're getting ready to just literally just walk away, but your mother kind of stops you. It's like, oh, darling, don't forget this. And she gives you in kind of a beautiful glass box. It's a box that is gilded gold and engraved in with different filigree and floral and ivy motifs, but the top of it is pure glass so that you can see into the box. And in that box is a very long rose, a very long stemmed rose, no thorns, and it has it's basically a rose that almost looks like it was made out of iridescent silk, but it's definitely that this was a life plant that your mother acquired. It's an everlasting rose that was taken from the Rosette Village, which is basically, it's said that if you give this to your intended, you're going to have a marriage that is full of fertility, life, and joy. And just in general, I guess not fertility. You don't have to, if you want it, I guess.
It's a bonus, actually. Like
It says actually on the road, it says fertility if you want it.
You want kids? I can help.
Unless you're a gardener, it could be for the garden.
That's true.
It's basically just to essentially like a proposal gift to your intended to have the start of a very beautiful marriage. You see that your mother has hers made into like a collar. She has her own rose that your father gave to her, and it's kind of like on a choker, just kind of like always there with her. She's, well, you can't go to a season and not have this, darling.
Thank you, Mama. This is beautiful, truly.
And then she kind of like takes you by the cheeks, just kind of kisses you on the forehead. Oh, the suitors will not know what they have coming. You look just like me. And she just kind of lets you go. And from there, we're going to slow transition into Cade. Not far from the Southern Duchy, near the Holmes. How are you preparing for your journey to the Royal City? What do you look like? What's happening?
Well, on one of the larger islands in the center of the river, there's a series of buildings being built. The main one is like a Rhineland-style castle. It's still only like 2/3 of the way done. And one of the sections that is still done is Cade standing in what is essentially like the parlor to like the master bedroom. It's way more space than he would ever need if left to his own devices. But there's an image he's trying to put out. He's standing with wardrobes open, various fine garments scattered all over the place, and he's sort of just trailed off from any packing, and he's just staring out the window down the slope and across the glittering river that separates his home from the capital city, from the road to the capital city. His butler, I guess Major Domo would be another way to think of him.
Major Domo's a good one, though. Like I think that's really good.
Yeah, he fills a lot of roles. He's kind of like a Swiss Army knife. Elias is standing behind him patiently, probably making subtle noises to coax Cade into continuing with the packing.
Yeah, I think he at some point was like, let me. So Elias, like this kind of like, yeah, major domo figure, like much like older than you, a little bit on the frail looking side, but like not all on your shoulder, but like definitely at the doorway, just waiting for you to finish packing. And at some point he goes, sir, do you need assistance? That's a good shirt. You should just take the shirt.
I know it's a good shirt, Elias. You chose it. I find my resolve waning, Elias. Perhaps we can put it off another season.
What do you have to fear? Why put it off?
I don't. Maybe it's too soon.
I think you do, like, you don't see it because your back is turned to him, but he has like a flicker of like, yeah. But he just like feels for you, I think is what it is. But he also knows you and knows what you want to make and knows that the people of the Wild Homes might need what you do. Are you afraid that you're betraying her, sir?
Feels like it. Her lilies will be blooming soon. We could wait till then.
By the time the lilies bloom, The season will have started. People will already be making their matches and connections. With all due respect, I desire you to not freeze like the river itself. A river moves. It thaws. Doesn't forget, though. What's in it is what it's in it.
How dare you make so much sense?
That's what I'm here for, I think.
Ugh, you're here to keep me from destroying myself. We both know that to be true.
Yes. Starting with that shirt that is in your hand that I did not pick out. That's staying here.
It's my favorite shirt, Elias.
And that is your favorite shirt at home.
Oh, you know, I hate these silly rituals they've set up for themselves.
And it is okay to hate them. But you must not hate their money.
I do not hate the money. But
No.
like a good knife, it's just another tool.
Yes. And besides, I do think the Royal City needs someone like you.
The Royal City needs me like it needs a hole in the head. As the saying used to go. All right. I'll leave it in your hands. Pack whatever you want.
Oh my goodness. All right, everyone. He says that, but he doesn't really mean it. He will take care of your things personally as everybody else gets ready. And he kind of manages your household. So he tells other people what you need to prepare, and he sends letters for along. But he will pack your personal clothing and materials. He will, I don't know if sorry, I had a thought and I was like, no, he's not doing that. That hurts. He will, though, pack you a letter that is sealed. It is, and you do not know the contents of that letter yet. You will find it later. I think tucked in between a shirt that you don't really like and pants that you are sort of okay with. But you'll find it later and you will get on your way. And that's a great place to take our break. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Now's the time to refill your drink, grab a snack, and we'll find out what happens next when we return. Welcome back, everybody. Now that we've met all of our fantastic main characters, and with your final bags packed and carriage loaded, our main characters are on their way to the royal city. You all arrive at various times and are staying in different locations within the city, but your opening visage is the same. Against the relatively flat hills of this duchy, the Ciricino Duchy, where the flat hills are suitable mostly for sheep and livestock, sits an enormous city-sized plateau. Embedded in this plateau, mingling with the red rock, is milky white quartz that glitters in the right sunlight. Upon this plateau, of course, is the royal city, the massive 3 levels of it clearly seen. As you ride into the city, you will see that on the streets, people are abuzz. Children are running around with ribbons and kites that emit trails of snowflakes. All around, people are dressed in shades of gray and black with pops of dark blue, emerald green, and fuchsia. And many people have necklaces of beads that are large and translucent and seem to have something luminescent inside, like a colorful liquid swishing around in it. Tonight, as probably most of you will know if you have been to the royal city before at this time, tonight is the Last Frost Festival, a celebration of the winter solstice that marks the coming of spring and the breaking of warmth. You all arrive at your respective homes in the royal city. Some of them are rented, some of them are owned, but either way, you have time to dress up or dress down for the upcoming nighttime festivities that will take place in the Middle District Spiritual Gardens. People will be dressing far more colorfully at night, but remember that this is not a high society party. But of course, you never know who's watching. So, basically, as this kind of like the Last Frost Festival comes, the biggest festivities are at night, and people are going to be gathering in the spiritual gardens under the Luno statue. For everyone, for my players and everyone at home, this kingdom of Cardinal has its own gods. Right now, the god that is being honored today is Luno, the god of revelry and romance, the god of just enjoying what life brings. People are getting ready to live life again as the sun comes and warms everything up. And thaws everything. So there's going to be a lot of games, there's going to be a lot of food, and there's going to be a lot of people there. Not just high society members, but of course they will be there because even if they have to mingle with not high society and commoners, the truth is this is a citywide festival, and you don't want to be that one person who didn't show up to the party, because that would be well, we didn't see you there and something amazing happened. You guys can you can also get these necklaces that have that kind of little translucent thing inside of it. It can be fashioned into a necklace or a bracelet, but it's basically something that you will have until the end of the night. And when midnight comes, you will break it open and then something beautiful and magical will happen. It's pretty much tradition here. Your character can choose to partake in it or not. It's up to you guys. But as you guys, of course, start getting ready for the festival, what are people wearing? How are you showing up to this party?
As the modiste, I was like, yes, I'm ready. I think that Emma is going as a chaperone to Mariana. Mm-hmm. And so she is dressed in that same white and lavender dress, but now she has evening gloves on with it. And she has a hat that she is wearing. I'm not wearing it because that won't stay on my head with the headphones, but this is what it looks like. And she is not as fancy. It is formal enough for the occasion, but she's not going to be necessarily mistaken for a princess or anything. She's just she dresses, and she's got her hair done modestly as well, her deep brown hair. I forgot to mention, she's actually 30 years old. She's significantly older than her apprentice, but she has actually made sure that Mariana is dressed to the nines. She has dressed her in this beautiful dress of silk dupioni that's got a floral print that sort of goes up the skirt, that's been very carefully gathered at the empire waist, and it has that sort of perfect slight train, not so long that it's prohibitive to her movement, but just long enough to indicate that she has the money for this kind of garment, or at least create the illusion of it. And I think she's also bought bracelets, those little ball bracelets, one for her and one for Mari, for them to wear for the evening. And I do think that like she has like her earrings on. She's showcasing her jewelry that she's wearing, but it's almost like she's dressed down on purpose to showcase the jewelry from Urias, which is where she's from. She has the earrings on, but like now she also has this like dazzling necklace. It's a very much like a showcase piece. That is how they are dressed for the evening as they enter the festival.
Beautiful. You enter, okay, so the spiritual gardens are like huge. Not like Central Park huge, maybe like half of that, which is still like large and beautiful. But imagine they're in this spiritual garden, the way that this kingdom kind of like honors its gods and like feels close to them is by having huge like 20-foot statues that have like this magical quality to them. So specifically the Luno statue is where like most of the festivities are happening. There's like a huge statue of a moon with a almost humanish androgynous face on it the entire time. Obviously there are torches to light things as this is dark now. The statue itself emits like this light blue glow that kind of it's almost like it's radiating its own moonlight. And it keeps everything light and bright, so you can see everyone and also like walk around. But as you guys show up, beautiful and festive.
I will say, I forgot to mention this: the color of the dress, Mr. Kensington, you're not coming to this party. The color of the dress is actually deep purple, and like the embroidery is a light purple.
Ooh, that's
so
beautiful.
It's got a nice contrast to it. Yes,
beautiful.
This is Mari's dress, not
her
dress.
So yeah, you guys are in like this huge courtyard where a lot of stalls are set up, stalls for food and stalls for games as well. So you guys walk in. Who else is walking in after them?
I think for the Duke, and he is dragging Perseus with him because it's like, this is a social event. There are people here. Hey, you made this bet. Remember? We came to the royal city. Remember? So now let's begin the game. And as I mentioned before, his entire ensemble is like red, black, and gold. The colors are more reversed though. This is now showcasing more of a black and gold color with some red. And I think instead of that flowing skirt that, billows behind him, he replaces that out with, I can't find the right word for this, but the imagery is, there's like this flag, like almost like a flag kind of thing around his waist that covers one leg that shows his home symbol, which is a fox, because mischief as a fox, as they say. That's how most people on Astrum Island are. Mischievous, playful, and yet at times weirdly serious. He still has the circlet on. He keeps the gauntlets because those are a staple piece. But what really throws everything together is how they enter. It's a display of illusionary magic as both him and his brother are walking side by side. This magic is coming from the Duke himself as he's sending off fireworks, sending off like these sparkling lights of display around him to kind of highlight them. More so Perseus than him. As he walks in, gives a grant, just this largest of large bows and introduces himself in Perseus to the room.
And
like
Perseus.
Full name title.
Perseus.
Like it's their full name. So Duke Galileo Moonwill Kywin. And then he'll lean himself up and then bow towards Perseus and say, and introducing the Crown Prince of Astrum Island, Perseus Kywin.
Doesn't he have a middle name? You got 3 names. How come he doesn't have 3 names?
Because I haven't gotten that deep into the lore of creating this character, so I just want to give him a middle name by all means.
God.
If you want to give him a middle name, perfect opportunity.
Yeah, go ahead.
Or maybe the higher up you get, the less names you get.
It's how cool you are. Let's put it like this. Perseus is just grateful that you didn't say his middle name.
It's something embarrassing. We love that.
It'll be embarrassing.
he knows that he's already doing a lot to him, so he's just like, I'm not gonna throw your middle name out there.
And
Perfect.
for the first time in his life, Perseus is trying to stand up straight. So he's like, which is worse because now he's the epitome of the perfect crown prince. So of course.
And the fact that the Duke is bowing in front of him, so
Yeah.
it's like you have no other choice but to stand upright.
Beautiful.
So uncomfortable.
All right, our next entrance. As sparks go off, everybody like kind of does look towards you, and even if you're not yet at present, you will hear about this. You will hear about this. Raina, how do you walk in? Obviously, with Tabitha's.
Yeah, Tabitha. I think that Raina comes in a similar dress to what she was wearing before. It's like this like earthy tones, things like that. But it is much more kind of like a tan brown long dress. She has like a kind of like a fake corsetting lining built into it, but you can like see the ties in the back, and there's a gold trim along it. She's wearing this like ornate gold necklace. It's very flashy, very much like she wants to bring attention to that. Same with her, like the rest of her jewelry. It's in the gold scheme, and she's deliberately walking ahead of Tabitha, just like a couple paces ahead.
Good, beautiful, wonderful. Kate, how are you walking into this party?
Well, I'm realizing I never really described what my character.
Oh yeah, can you describe?
Well,
also
now
your
you gotta
character?
describe him.
Wow.
He is an older gentleman, approximately 50, because he himself does not, in fact, know how old he is. He only knows how many years he remembers. He is stocky. He's not short, but he's broad-shouldered. He's older, so he's a little thicker in the middle, but there's definitely muscle underneath it. And his face bears a few small scars that would insinuate a more rough and tumble upbringing than most of the people here would probably have undergone. The clothes that Elias chose for him,
Yes.
a shirt that is sort of open at the throat. It's made of a rare silk that is sort of opalescent under the lights. So as he moves, it changes colors with whatever light he
Ooh.
happens to be under. He's wearing high-waisted, like naval-style pants and polished boots with a blue sash around his midsection. Most people would look at him and just see a calm, collected person. But both he and Elias know that he feels like a fish out of water, and Kate is mentally planning the awful ways he's going to torture Elias for this later.
I just know that Elias was like, I know you'd like to stay home, but you have to go to this.
If I must.
You must. And I think we'll do it this way. I would like, as we go around, we're going to go with each main character, and I'm going to ask each player to call out someone else to play a scene with them. What's happening is you guys are at this kind of beautiful citywide party, and you guys are just meeting. And obviously, things have like, you guys aren't like concentrated. There are different spots and different sections, but I'll leave it to you guys where you guys end up meeting up. You guys could meet up like at like a large buffet table. You could meet up under the statue itself, where honestly it's quite warmer. Ironically, it's like more, not warm, but more temperate instead of like cold, because it is still kind of like the last stretches of winter. Or you could have met up or like playing a game or something like that.
I think that Emma, at her big age, is probably hanging out by the buffet table, just looking at some of the desserts, while she kind of keeps half an eye on Mari. She has disguised like the opulence with which she's dressed Mari as being marketing for the shop, especially for the upcoming season. But the reality is she'd love to see Mari happily matched with someone. So she is also kind of low-key hoping that maybe Mari will find someone if not during the festival, at some point during the season. She has a penchant for petit fours, so she is studying them carefully, trying to pick out which flavor she might like. She seems disinterested in the people except for the occasional, like she's keeping an ear out for gossip. She's listening for people who might need the services of a modiste in the future, just in case she, so she can step in and market herself. Like she's kind of comboing networking and also just enjoying the festivities. And I think that when she sees Galileo and Perseus walk in, she's very much like, oh no. Oh, like it's a lot of showmanship for her. And she's like, oof, oh, that's a lot. But she does recognize who they are because they're important people. And I think that when Raina walks in, she's like, oh, like her reaction is sort of, I haven't seen this person in a while. I hope that they're doing well. And then when she sees Tabitha walking behind Raina, she's like, oh dear, no, probably not doing that well at all. Especially because I'm sure in my mind, Tabitha is also dressed louder than before somehow. Like you have this beautiful like conservative earth tone with Raina, and then an explosion of like color and sound with Tabitha. And she's like, she just kind of like low key like sips her little like, I guess it would be like a little spritzer cocktail or something with that like sips tea like, oh Lord, who dressed this girl, And I don't think she pays any mind to Cade.
No.
Except like she doesn't pay any mind to Cade because she doesn't know Cade. What catches her attention is the shirt, because the shirt is like, the fabric is doing something wildly insane, and she's like, I gotta know where that came from. Like,
do you approach Cade?
I don't think she approaches. I think she's kind of hanging back at the buffet table. She's basically like kind of plotting her course, because she's not going to be at the buffet table all night. She's not a wallflower. It's much more like, I'm not here to make a match. I'm here to like do business, is kind of her attitude. It's very clear that she considers her time in the marriage mark over.
I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna use my second resolve token. Remember, everyone, you can use your resolve tokens. For those at home who don't know what that is, a resolve token is essentially a token that you can give to the universe to make things happen. Plots can occur, rumors can be heard, meetings can be made, a carriage can get turned over, somebody can get their drink spilled on them, those wonderful things. Both me as a facilitator has that power, but also our wonderful players have that power too.
True.
So remember to chime in. So I'm going to use my resolve token to pull together Emma and Lord Baldwin Stonebrook, who is also at this party. Of course he's at this party. I would like those two characters to meet at the buffet table. What does that look like?
Okay, well, I don't think Emma immediately notices Lord Baldwin at first, because she's doing the thing where she's paying attention to Cade's shirt. And she's like, oh, that fabric. And like is taking a bite of her petit four, and then she like looks to the side and she's like, oh no, oh, where did you and she's
and he's right there. It's not like he's a distant away. It's like if it was a ghost, you would have been spooked by them. Because the way that they walk is very silent. The way they approach you is very silent. And this has always been something that drives you up the wall. Like, announce yourself when you enter a room.
You creep up on people like a high interest rate.
Right. she goes, oh! She like very almost drops her precious petit four back onto the plate as she looks to... It's not even that she can't even pretend she didn't see him because he's on top of her practically. Lord Stonebrook. A pleasure to see you this evening. I hope you had a safe travel or safe journey to the royal city.
And you know this look. It's this look that he gives where he's like casting judgment down on you. And it's the same look that he gives whenever he just says, Emma. Not miss, not ma'am, just Emma. What brings you here?
What always brings me to the city during this time of year? The season, my good lord. Of course, It's natural to want to be of service to the people of the town who wish to dress fashionably to attract their match.
So you've given up then?
She very calmly and very purposefully sets down her petit four and says, Lord Stonebrook, you and I both know that I'm well past my prime. I could hardly fetch a suitor in my old age now than anyone else.
You've been wrong about many things. You actually are right about something for once.
She's doing her best. She's like, I hate this man so much. I hate this man, and I have to tolerate his insults because he's above me in this stupid class system. And she says, Lord Stonebrook, I do appreciate your candor, but I believe I would like to inquire as to that gentleman's shirt. It's a unique fabric, and, well, with any luck, this will be the last season that we have any direct interaction with each other. After all, this will be my last payment.
And he's kind of just looking at you as you mentioned this man's shirt. He looks over to him. You wish to fall in love with him.
No, I wish to know where he received his shirt, Lord Stonebrook.
There's that sense of knowing all the cards in the room. So when he sees Cade and sees Emma being interested in their shirt, you've seen that wicked smile before. That
oh no,
it's not a smile of pleasantry, but a smile of just sickening intent.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I should go introduce myself to him then.
And I think Emma's eyes go wide because she knows this look, and she's like, and she just kind of, as Lord Stonebrook steps forward, she just casually sticks out her ankle.
Are you going to use?
I'll spend one.
I am going to
for
use
that.
a resolve token for this. I am absolutely going to use a resolve token to just casually, for Emma to just kind of go, whoops, oh dear me.
Absolutely.
Yes. He definitely takes a tumble in front of everyone.
Feigns concern. Good heavens, Lord Stonebrook, are you all right? Oh dear, someone really should watch out for the rocks in this place. They didn't do a very good job clearing it. And she says this and leaves, she's gone. She's heading towards the shirt now.
So yeah, you run away from this scene that you have caused and leave Lord Stonebrook covered in pinafores and little treats and cream is on his face. Somehow that was on the dessert table.
I think somewhere in her mind, Emma mourns those petit fours. They were really good. It's a
Had
shame
one.
to waste them like that.
And so do you, as you run away towards the person with the opalescent shirt, what do you do? How do you?
She runs at, she doesn't run, she walks at a good clip because you can't really run up to someone. It's a little weird. And she knows that, especially someone who may be a lord or a lady, because she's aware that she's interacting with all members of society who are able to attend the festival. And so she's walking at a good clip and then sort of slows down and as she approaches Cade to not seem like I am running away from a scene of a crime, Mm-hmm. And she walks up and very casually and says, "Oh, my good sir, I couldn't help but notice how elegantly you are dressed."
He takes a moment before he responds. He looks at Emma, and then he looks past her at the spectacle that's going on over by the floor table. And he just, this knowing smile just crosses his face.
She was the picture of innocence, the little halo on top of her head, everything.
And, Cade does probably recognize the person that is sitting on the floor dusting off cream and cupcakes.
It's that is karma. I had my heart set on that property. Good evening, Miss.
Forgive me. Good evening to you, sir. I did not mean to be so rude. I'm Emmeline.
Emmeline, I am Cade. It's a
Pleasure to meet you. Are you a titled gentleman? I'd hate to refer to you as anything
There are some who would say I am entitled, but I am not a noble person, if that is what you're asking.
Oh. Well, that's a relief. Not to besmirch our good nobles of Natan, of course. It's just dreadfully formal.
I couldn't help but notice you speaking to Lord Stonebrook for a moment. What terrible sin did you commit against the gods for that pleasure?
Lord Stonebrook and I were just having a pleasant conversation. Salutations, and then he did take such a terrible tumble into the table.
Yes. I was informed this party would be full of entertainments. I wasn't prepared.
Well, I wasn't quite expecting Lord Stonebrook to be participating in the entertainment. But would you mind telling me something? Wherever did you acquire your shirt?
So, Tadana,
He doesn't know.
well, he probably would know where it came from, but do you want to come up with something in universe, or do you want me just to run with
I got it. Yeah.
Okay.
In Urias, close to that town that has those kind of like seashells and makes those things, those like mirror-like shells. There's another town that makes silk out of clams, like clam silk, and they like weave it out. It doesn't harm the clams at all. It just kind of like like similar to the way pearls are made.
Okay.
They take silk out of it, and so it's basically Kate's shirt is pearl silk.
Well, yes, it's I ordered it from Urias. It's made. It's I believe they call it pearl silk.
Pearl silk. I see. Well, I'm from Urias, and I have only ever heard of pearl silk. I've never seen it in person. And it's far beyond my means to afford it. And, well, I have very few orders for anything with such material.
You make clothing?
Oh, yes, I'm a modiste. Unfortunately, I'm not an ennobled lady of the ton, like others.
He looks around to see who's nearby. It's like, wow.
Obviously, I think this Lord Stonebrook, who is at this moment getting up, finally. Also, kind of like looking probably for you.
Oh, gotta go.
Well, it was
Yes.
It was a pleasure, Emmeline. But remember this before you go.
She hasn't said she's gonna leave yet. That was me, the player, going, I gotta go, bye.
Right.
No.
He is looking for you, and as Lord Stonebrook is searching for you, music starts up. And so you, Cade, and I guess more Cade, actually both of you, Cade and Emma have a choice. They can either part ways now and flee. Emma's
I would like to spend a resolve token.
Oh,
and
okay.
see Stonebrook heading my way, like with eyes on this prize, and just grab Emma's hand and take her out onto a dance floor just to avoid the situation.
And it happens, boys.
And I think what was it? What's really funny about this is that Emma's not expecting to be grabbed and yeeted onto the dance floor. She was fully ready to like leave the situation and was planning on like her next destination would have been Reyna, and then she just goes "Whoop!" as she is like pulled onto the dance floor.
You guys are pulled onto the dance. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You have
I was
something
just gonna say, terribly sorry, but he was heading my way.
Emma says nothing.
As the dance is starting over there, Reyna, what are you doing? And is there anyone you would like specifically to have a scene with before the rest of the night continues?
I think Reyna is trying her damnedest to avoid Tabitha. Like she has let off like this is gonna be a really bad comparison. But like, you know, when you have like you know this, like the like little harnesses that you like put on like toddlers with like
God.
Leash?
chain lock. Yes, the
Oh my
leash, if you
God.
will. I feel like that's the dynamic between Tabitha and Raina in this, and like when they entered, and Raina has let go of said leash and is just hoping and praying that maybe Tabitha doesn't come back around her.
I hope she never comes back.
It's like, you know what, maybe they will find love and it'll be fine and I won't have to worry about it. I think in tandem with the Cade and Emma being pulled away, like that whole scenario, I think for a moment Raina looks towards Emma's direction, seeing the whole debacle, and is about to make the motion over, but then sees that Cade has swept Emma for a dance and thinks better of it. What is the Duke doing, Blackwell?
The Duke is flirting, or at least, well, not even attempting flirting. He's actively flirting with various people on the like in the room, men, women, gentle people, doesn't matter. As he's kind of he's keeping an eye out for his brother to see if he's interacting with anyone. And occasionally, if he's not, he'll throw a little bit of magic his way to basically tell him like a little illusionary spell to say, go talk to someone. Okay. Like it'll be a little fox that bounces off to someone to go, like basically signaling him to go speak to this person.
Except Tabitha.
Except Tabitha.
I was gonna say, I just realized that Vixie plays both Tabitha and Perseus, and like
Well,
that's a loss.
The problem that I have is that Tabitha would have beelined for the Duke and the Prince. Like Charlotte and Princess and the Frog. Like that is the goal.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
So
I think that's the thing though. They both saw Tabitha and they both looked at each other and were just like, all right, you get scarce. I'm gonna get lost in the crowd.
I think that is what's happening. The fact that because Perseus and Tabitha can't talk to each other is because Perseus is running away. Canon. It's
constant
canon.
game of cat and mouse.
It's like he's sending a fox out for him to go talk to people who are on the further side of the room, like as far as he can get him away from her, because he's just like, I'm not going to do you like that. I cannot do you like that.
I'm getting the vibe like it's that show Frasier when the ex-wife would come and the housekeeper would like suddenly get like violently ill.
Yes.
To go lay down.
Raina, what is Raina? So Raina sees a Duke. Or like, what is there like a scene happening between them?
I'll say sure, why not? Yes, and if you will. I think Raina's gonna try to weasel through all of the people that the Duke is kind of messing about with, and I guess try and be one of those people that gets either flirted to or flirt with, whichever way the wind blows, I suppose.
And I think that's the thing. When he sees you, Raina, he's just like, you see that there's a brightness to his eyes, a brightness to his smile, as he just kind of moves past. Everyone says, you are all beautiful, but I must go see an old friend of mine. Raina, it's been so long. As you know, the Duke, he's very touchy-feely. He comes up to you and hugs you and just kind of kisses you in both of your cheeks.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it is so good to see you. I didn't realize you'd be coming to the town this season.
Well, I have an agreement with my little brother who he looks over, is making a expeditious retreat outside. Good, excellent. And he looks over to Tabitha. We need to get out of here. Would you like to go on an adventure with me?
Always.
And he takes her outside the other exit, wherever Tabitha is not.
Booking it. Yeah, 100%.
There are tons of like little, if you're looking for somewhere private, there are like little like cloves everywhere, little where like they have like small ponds that are like embedded into the ground itself, where there are like benches and stuff like that. So you guys could go there, or there are just like beautiful open gardens that have like flower beds. They're still surprisingly, despite it being kind of like the tail end of winter, they should be dead, but they're not. So you have like these beautiful like roses everywhere.
And I think he'll take them someplace private if that's okay with you.
Sure. Do you guys speak of anything? Like, you don't have to role play it, but like, you guys obviously know each other. What do you guys reminisce on? What do you guys talk about?
I feel like he would ask them how they were doing, how's things going, how's your looks over family, because it's like speak of the devil and they will appear.
Yep. Yeah, I definitely think it's like a catching up on like lost time. Yeah, just it's nothing like crazy. I think it's just like a moment away from the commotion of the party, which is a lot for one night.
And I think throughout all of that, he would raise a wild question. Would you love to be fake married to me? To kill two birds with one stone.
This is episode 1.
We're here.
I mean, it's a perfect plan. How's it ever going to come back to haunt him?
How will ever go bad? How will ever go wrong? Continue. Sorry.
How would it ever go wrong? I do think that Raina is taken aback a little bit. Not in like any like negative way, just more like the question kind of just came out of nowhere. She kind of laughs and they kind of go, well, it wouldn't be a bad idea.
Okay, so let me explain the situation. And he goes on to explain the deal that he made with his brother. How if he finds if he gets married first, then or at least someone of that is, what is the word? Substantial nature for him, his brother will have to get married. And all intents and purposes, he is the crown prince. He needs to find someone that suits him. But if he finds someone first, which he doesn't believe he can, or at least he believes, it's just he needs some guidance. And he also needs a little bit more help. He's flavoring it where you help me help my brother find someone. You help me get my brother off my back about finding someone. And I can live my life. I also get your family off of your back. You get to live your life. And if you get an upgrade in your title, none the wiser.
None the wiser. I suppose this could work. On one condition. I noticed a recent, or a rather old friend of mine that I did not expect to be seeing here at the Ton. I don't want to be presumptuous, but perhaps if we settle on this arrangement, you could potentially help me settle on my more serious arrangements.
Oh.
I trust your wit. You are a rather dashing individual.
Would you like me to become your raven to send a letter to this special someone?
But of course. That would be great.
The Fox and the Raven. Such a beautiful love story.
I think as you guys kind of make an arrangement here, as you guys part, Raina, what kind of animal greets you as the Duke leaves you?
I'm trying to I think that nah, I can't keep thinking about birds.
I think your family is really into birds, though. I think that's like you guys can
go with the birds.
All
somewhere
animals,
out there.
Birds really like you.
It is
Somewhere
really,
out there, Brennan Lee Mulligan is having a fit.
I do think it's very funny if
Rose Spoonbill. Yes, with you.
Please continue.
it would be really funny if Blue JJ, if you will, has just followed me about.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Blue JJ.
JJ.
Blue JJ.
Full name. Full name. By the way.
Yes.
Full name.
JJ for short.
JJ for short. Flies kind of directly in front of you. Actually, maybe like, and also like flies directly in front of you, and then like lands on your shoulder. Or like flies again, lands on your shoulder, starts chirping. you kind of like are so used to understanding what those chirps mean. As they chirp in your ear right now in this second, you do not understand a thing they are saying. You hear what everybody else hears, which is beautiful chirping, but not communication like you're used to, like you've been used to your entire life. And it stops, it becomes just chirps for like 30 seconds. And the JJ was like, "You're not speaking to me. That's a little bit rude."
Yeah, I think Raina's like head tilted to the side, like smiling and nodding, trying to play it off, but internally she's freaking out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
After those 30 seconds, this bird is a yapper, continues to talk, regardless of you not giving input. And then it comes back, like you're almost like your second hearing comes back. And it says, "Did you see that dress?" It was awful.
Oh, it was absolutely horrid.
It looks like Tabitha killed a bunch of my cousins. Also, I think this bird is Noir. New York.
Yes.
I agree.
I'm so glad you didn't look like that.
It's not even nice feathers. They're like pigeon.
And it comes back and you can have a conversation with them
Mhm.
again. But it like strikes you for sure. Is there anything else you would do after that?
I think that Raina would just yap with JJ, kind of taking in the moment of just like being like quote unquote alone and outside, just to kind of have the moment to breathe.
All right. And with that kind of like just breathing, we're going to leave Raina. And at the end of the night, Princess Imen, who is this kind of like tall figure, and like not six, like six actually do. I think she is like 6 feet tall. At her like
Brienne of Tarth.
yeah, actually, yes. She's got like the really, really dark hair, pinned straight, incredibly intricately braided to like half up, half down, intricately braided up the part that is braided. And she has her own kind of like necklace of like that kind of like with like liquid inside. And as it turns midnight, she says, "Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you came to this party that me and my family are hosting. We're so happy to have you. Now, as we close off this festivities, will you all please break your bracelets?" And everyone will take their bracelet, all the beads on it, and just kind of throw it on the ground. And as you all throw it on the ground, aurora lights spill from whatever fractures come of it. It like rises up like steam, and like you can even touch it if you wanted to. It's like it will like you can move the aurora lights as it kind of like floats up and above you. And that is a great place for us to end off this evening. Thank you so much for joining us on this game of Good Society and the story of the secret ways of love and magic. I couldn't have told this story without our incredible players at the table. Why don't you tell the audience where they can find you and what you'll be up to next?
Hey everyone, how y'all doing? My name is Blackwell, your everyman in the TTRPG/D&D verse here on the interwebs. Keep a lookout for what I'm doing next. I'm doing better at promoting myself and the projects that I'm on with the various people that I'm working with. So hopefully you'll be seeing me in the near future at somebody's table showing that, hey, you can do this too. And I'm going to pass this ball to Vixie.
Hey everybody, my name is Vixie Bell, and I've been your friendly neighborhood player here at the Pocket Dragon Pub, where I sometimes run, play, or produce a game. Occasionally, in this case, I'm doing 2 of those 3 things. And yeah, you can find me everywhere on the internet over at Vixie Bell or at Pocket Dragon Pub. Currently, I am in a game of Masks, a game called Neon Nights over at the Happy Jacks RPG Network. Be sure to check that out on Saturday afternoons. We're having a grand old time being a bunch of kids with superpowers that are crazy vigilantes. And for everything else that I'm doing, you can follow me on socials. I'm super excited about what the Pocket Dragon has coming up, though. And I'm going to popcorn it over to Ronan.
Hi, I'm Graphical Ronan. I am a graphic designer and illustrator. I do lots of different things, like the overlays for this stream. You can find me Friday afternoons on Runas Paz D&D, playing a 2024 campaign. You can find me here, sometimes at the High Shelf Collective. I don't know anything specific coming up for those at the moment. I will be in at least one more campaign here on the Pocket Dragon Pub. More on that to come. Otherwise, just look for me on socials. Some version of Graphical Ronin, just about everywhere. Raina?
Hello, everyone. I am DJ. I use any pronouns. And you can find me anywhere on the interwebs at Castle Rights. I'm literally everywhere. In terms of what's coming up for me, I will be playing on Imaginative Media. Paige will be running a game of Thirsty Sword Lesbians, so you'll get to see some more of me there playing in space. And then I'll also be doing my weekly reoccurrence on Darkness Arc, which is over on Record of the Realms, where I get to play my warlock tiefling who has so many problems. But yeah.
All right. And as for me, I have been Tadhana Joy. You can find me at Tadhana Joy literally everywhere. I know that the Pocket Dragon Pub has a few projects happening, so here they are. Join us on Fridays at 8 p.m. EST for the latest episode of our Good Society adventure, The Secret Ways of Love and Magic. 5 strangers will stumble into romance, intrigue, and just a dash of magic in the fantastical world of Cardinal. You can also find past episodes on the Pocket Dragon Pub's YouTube channel. Just look for the Secret Ways of Love and Magic playlist. You can also find the pilot episode of this series, To My Dearest with Love, there too. Game Master OMG Holly D will be returning to the table to run an orbital blues adventure, The Fabric of Time. Among rusted ships and forgotten worlds, this space western will follow drifters, settlers, and outlaws who must find the truth in a universe where the only constant is love. The Pocket Dragon Pub and Roll Latine will be bringing power word unity to PAX East. This event celebrates BIPOC excellence in gaming and creates a space where BIPOC content creators can network, share ideas, and create a space that reflects the diversity and creativity within our community. And coming soon, the Pocket Dragon Pub will be spotlighting FemGMs in March for Women's History Month. Along with the Secret Ways of Love and Magic and the Fabric of Time, the Pocket Dragon Pub will welcome guest FemGMs from all over the internet. For more information, be sure to check out the Pocket Dragon Pub's social media. Thank you for watching. See you soon.
My good people, my beautiful people, my dastardly people, and most importantly above all, my lovely people. It has been some time. I hope you have not forgotten about me, for I have not forgotten about you. Yet, if you have, allow me to reintroduce myself. You stand in the presence of the one and only Duke Galileo Moonwillow Kywin. You can just address me as Leo for short this season, like before. And as always, I am thrilled to be out with you all once again, searching for love and companionship. Now you may be wondering, my lord, how have you not found love all this time? A young, strapping, majestic, wonderful, easy on the eyes man like yourself surely would have his pick, no? I do have the ability to pick, yet I don't just want anyone. I want someone special, unique, someone that makes my heart go boom, someone that shimmers and shines and sparkles like the sun, someone who has a sense of adventure and wonder, who wishes to explore the world and the many secrets that it has. As you all know, I gave my title of Crowned Prince to my younger brother, for you all know me at this point. I am not a man who wishes to be stuck inside behind a desk telling people what to do. I am a man who yearns for a rambunctious life, a man who wishes to meet and love an assortment of people. For why must I choose one? Why must I be bound to a single soul when there's so many lovely souls around me? 'Tis why I'm still here, entertaining you all every season, for I hope that someday, maybe, I'll meet someone who will ride with me, sail with me, chart the stars with me. One day. Until then, my good people, I am all yours. Let us be merry together and create happy memories to look back on when we're old and frail. Our youth is still with us. Let us make the most of it, shall we? My lovely people, it is a pleasure to meet you all once again.
To me, love is not the fevered sort one reads of in novels or the reckless attachment that sends young hearts galloping towards ruin. Love, as I've come to understand it, is constancy. It's the comfort of a presence that does not clamour for attention, yet would be sorely missed if absent. It is the knowledge that one may speak plainly, act honestly, and still be met with kindness. Love is waking each morning, resolved to care for one another as diligently as one tends a home, through fair weather and storms alike. When it comes to making a match, perhaps I am braver than most, or just as much of a liar to please those keen on finding me crass when I say that my aim is not brilliance, nor fortune, nor even romance in its most glittering form. I seek suitability, a temperament that sits easily beside my own, respect for my independence, and understanding that this house, these guests, these responsibilities are not obstacles to affection, but rather part of the woman I am. If affection grows from that foundation, then it will be the stronger for it. Do I believe love is worth it? Yes, though I confess it did not always. There was a time when I believed the peaceful solitude was far preferable to the risk of attachment. Yet even now, in the quiet hours after the lamps are extinguished and the house settles into sleep, I feel the absence of someone with whom to share the day's small triumphs and disappointments. If love is to cost me vulnerability, then I believe my cost may still be worth paying. And yes, I've been burned before. Not by cruelty, but by neglect. By promises spoken earnestly and forgotten just as easily. I once gave my heart to her, she who admired the idea of me but never the reality. So I remain here, opening my door to travelers and strangers alike, wondering if one day someone may arrive who feels less like a guest, and I suppose more like home.
What is love? I must confess, it's a question I've never given particular thought to until recently, till I entered society. When I was a younger man, I would have said that it was passion, that it was fire, that it was that raw physical need, two likewise hearts. Now that I'm older, I understand that, well, that's part of it. It's far from the whole thing. What love really is trust. Absolute trust. Trust that they'll defend your heart and your needs as viciously and voraciously as you will defend theirs. I had such love once. Many, many years ago. But I lost her. The world lost her, really. Now I've entered these dances and balls, whatever have you, all these little rituals the aristocracy has set aside for themselves. I find what I'm looking to build is stability. I've gotten to where I am by being sensitive to openings, opportunities, striking hard when I needed to and laying back when I didn't. But I have no one to pass it to. It will endure beyond me regardless, I'll see to that, but I think what I'm looking for is a partner, a friend, someone I don't have to guard myself around, who looks towards building the same things I do. Not just for us, but for many people. Let's see if I can find such a thing. If I can't, then it's not the end of creation, is it? But if I do, then watch what we can build.
Mr. Kensington, marriage is more than just a partnership. It's an investment, a choice to spend the majority of your natural life with another. Should it not be with someone special? Should it not be for love? That's what I thought when I was a girl. Even though I was of humble birth with a pittance of a dowry, I dreamed I might find some gallant noble to sweep me away to spend our days in blissful union. I suppose that's what you get when you read too many fairy tales. Life has shown me that marriage is merely a means to an end. A contract fashioned as easily as the clothing I make to suit the commissioners. Falling in love is merely a myth, a fallacy. A sweet lie that we are told as children to buy into the marriage propaganda. I've failed enough times in the marriage mart to know suitors and families only care for two things: wealth and status. In the end, I had a choice to make. Marry the semi-wealthy geriatric my parents selected, or embrace the life of a spinster. No match suited me, nor was I a suitable match for anyone other than those needing a caretaker at the end of their days. I decided I'd rather be alone than miserable, Mr. Kensington. I do not regret the choice I made, although it cost me dearly. It was worth every penny to open my shop, and then the other in Royal City. Now I am a woman of means, whose independence has been hard won. We have a tidy life for ourselves, you and I. I should think I'd be quite happy for it to remain as such. Yet, when we retire for the evening together and read our novels of romance, I find myself still longing for someone to sweep me off my feet. Someone who looks at me with a love so deep I cannot question it. A person whose arms I can fall into at the end of a long day, where my weary soul might rest at last. And someone who I might give my own heart to, unequivocally and completely. Mr. Kensington, pay no mind to the adult pratterings of a 30-year-old spinster. I'm well past my prime, and I know quite intimately that such a thing is a fantasy. Now I can only play at being the fairy godmother for the young folk of the town, so that they might look the part of the perfect match. Good heavens, Mr. Kensington, I'll thank you kindly not to claw up the curtains.